Hello, my good and beautiful friends. My name is Sive. This is my channel, Stories in Sive, and today's video is a little special because it is, in fact, my 3-year Booktube anniversary. 3 years ago on Thanksgiving weekend, I was doing some vlogging and then I posted a video and that was the first one. If this is your first time seeing my face, welcome. I'm glad you found your way here. If you are a watcher of my videos, thanks for hanging around. This video is going to be a little different. I'm showing you some footage right now of my Thanksgiving, and I was at home this year instead of at my parents' cabin. We had some family in town and really enjoyed ourselves. So this is going to be a reading vlog, and I'm really excited for you to see it. So I hope that you enjoy. Okay, good morning. It's Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. The report is we had our first Thanksgiving in town with my parents and some of my family, and then Jared's parents and some of his family. So it was the first time doing a larger, more traditionally American Thanksgiving, which was, I would say it was successful. I enjoyed it. I cooked my first turkey. So we're going to my in-laws right now for some coffee. I've got some family in town from England who came over for my brother's wedding, which was another thing. Anyways, they're leaving today, so we're gonna spend the morning with them, and then, I'm not sure how much reading I'm gonna get done this weekend, but it's definitely going to be a more relaxed weekend. Okay, I'll talk to you later. It's a video, Mama.
Yeah, page 13.
What are you doing?
I am coaching.
Why?
Because people need coaching.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
You're killing it.
And I'm used to hands, not paddles.
Okay, I know that this isn't super helpful because the last time you saw me, we were sitting in the car, but we went and played pickleball like you probably saw, and then we are now going to All Good Books, which is my local bookstore, because today, like I said, is the day after Thanksgiving, so that means it's Black Friday, and they're doing a sale where if you buy their tote bag, then they will give you a membership, which normally is a $25 annual membership, where you would get 10% off all of the things that you purchase. So we're going to do that. Jared is kind enough to go with me to the bookstore. I'm excited. Okay, the bag is secured, literally. Okay, so here is the All Good Books tote bag that I got. I didn't really see the full picture of it online, but it's big. And it's more horizontal than it is vertical. Some tote bags you see are like this, and I prefer to have them this way. The other thing is it actually does have a square bottom. Sometimes they don't, and they just are tapered in at the bottom. I much prefer this, so I'm thrilled with this. It's very high quality, and the stitching on the straps are very high quality. So I'm thrilled with this. So when I went to All Good Books, that was, like I said, their Black Friday sale, and I got their membership. And basically a membership is 10% off of all purchases in store. So they've got coffee and drinks and stuff like that. And then of course that extends to books. So that's a year-long membership. While I was there, I picked up a book that I had ordered for my mom for Christmas, and sometimes she watches my vlog, so I won't be showing you this. That is what I got. Let's talk about my current read, because this is a reading vlog. A little over 2 weeks ago, I posted my final TBR of the year, and this book was on it. This is only the second book that I've got to from that list of books, so I really do need to get it going. This is a pretty intense sci-fi book. I am maybe a third of the way through this. I'm on page 214 out of around 615 pages, so I've got 400 pages to read. I would love, love, love to finish this book this weekend. I know that's a lofty goal because of the pace that I've been reading this book at, which is very, very slow so far, but I will say today's Friday night. I have Saturday and Sunday and very few plans other than chores, groceries, and going to church. So I do feel this weekend would be the weekend I'd be able to really get into this and start flying through it and start enjoying this. I have been enjoying this to a certain extent. However, I just find that there's so many moving pieces. We now have 6 POVs, whereas in the second book there were 4, and in the first book there were 3, maybe even 2. I'm going to talk about this very vaguely because no spoilers. There's a war going on, and there was recently a lab that was bombed and a lot of innocent people were killed, and there's a retaliation to that. There's a people group that's been blamed called the Astors. We know from other POVs that unfortunately that was not the Astors, and they are being beaten in the streets, like kidnapped, killed, taken. No one knows where they're being taken. And it's a really, really horrible situation. Lyndon A. Lewis does write some pretty intense death scenes, some crazy like hand-to-hand combat and battles, and so I do appreciate that, and it is really high stakes. So I'm not really sure why I am struggling with this book a little bit. Most of my reading time is in the evenings, and I feel like I just don't normally have like the amount of brain power that is needed for a book like this. That's all I'll tell you about this book. I'm gonna keep you posted on any activity that we do this weekend, and then of course reading updates as needed. Hey, so we are settled in, and I just read a quick 40 pages of The Last Hero, and we have some developments happening. So basically what I decided is to do a little bit of math. I'm on page 245 at the moment. My kettle just went off and I'm going to make tea, so you're coming with me. Okay, I'm going to do a decaffeinated green tea. So basically I have 370 pages or so left in this book. So I'm going to divide that up by 3 days to include tonight, which basically means I have to read around 125 pages tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday in order to finish this book by the end of the weekend, which I would be thrilled with. And I know that that sounds like a very lofty goal, but it actually like really does mentally help me when I'm able to kind of like put math to it. Of course, I have more time tomorrow to read that 125 pages than I have tonight to read the same amount. So if I make it, 100 pages or even 75 pages tonight, and I'm able to make up for it tomorrow and on Sunday, that will work fine with me. So I'm going to take my tea with a very appropriate message in my book and go sit down and get some reading done. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. I have coffee brewing. You can hear the fireplace in the background, and I'm gonna get to reading. It is a little like 20 minutes to 8 in the morning, and I had decided last night as I was reading I was getting more and more tired. I went to bed early, got up early, so we can keep reading. I got to page 310 last night, which just barely broke the halfway mark, so I'm a little bit behind on that page number schedule that I had told you about. So let's get a jump start and see where we get to today. So I've just had the most successful reading this morning. So I read all of the pages that I needed to read for Friday to catch up, and then all of the pages to cover myself today on Saturday. And I just sat down with a book on my lap and was completely immersed. And I think that this reading chunk was the first time with this book that I've really felt super engaged, very it's so fascinating, and just really immersed in the story. I would say it was a huge success, and I'm really, really thrilled that I'm kind of getting into this book. So I'm at page 488 now. Morning, it's Sunday. Oh, you're slipping. I have the amazing ability to make a tripod out of anything, so you're on a candle leaning on a mirror. Did not. Okay, strike that. It's not an amazing ability. Apparently mediocre at best. We're just gonna have to deal. So I'm getting ready for church. I didn't update you yesterday after I finished my reading, but basically I also wanted to tell you about my audiobook that I've been listening to. It's Iron Flame. Yep, that's right. So I had put a hold on the audiobook. It came through a lot faster than I thought. I thought a lot more people would have placed holds on it. I was expecting to wait to read this for months. We've been enjoying ourselves quite immensely. I've absolutely adored this book and the series. I really was a huge fan of Fourth Wing. It was a 4-star read for me, not a 5-star. I really do love that for them, but I found a few of the moments to be really cringy. There was a few like dialogue, especially within the context of the relationship that was happening between Violet and Xaden. Those are the two like main characters-ish. And there was just like a little bit of like cheesy moments also with like the friendships too, where it's like love conquers all and like I'll show up for you. Just like a little like nod to the YA writing. There are a few moments like that that just took me out of the story of the first one. It's still present, but way less in Iron Flame. I honestly don't feel like doing any other makeup because I don't feel like taking it off later. Iron Flame, we are back in Basgiath, which is the War College. There's a huge reveal at the end of the first book, and I won't talk about that, obviously. But yeah, enjoying this book so much more than the first one. Rebecca Yarros is really pulling out all the stops, and I don't know, she's just like really coming hard with some of the hopelessness of war, and she's not really pulling any punches. A lot of really horrible things are happening, and people are trying to make good decisions, but every time you make one move, like one other people group or person is hurt. I'm loving the dragons. I'm loving like the magic system and like the way that their dragons like kind of inform what their signet is going to be, which is basically like what their magical ability is. No spoilers at all, but Violet's is super cool. Xaden's is super cool, and we're getting a lot more information about his. Basically, I'm 90% through this audiobook. Fully expect to finish it today. So if I do that, you will get my spoiler-free thoughts and reactions to that. And of course, I would love to finish The Last Hero. I did some reading earlier this morning, and I'm 60 pages away from the end. Just like that, I've almost accomplished my goal. Basically, I could finish 2 books today that have both been like slowly been chipping away at for weeks. So it's funny how that happens. Okay, I love you, I'm going to trade. Guys, it's been a big day for me today, okay? I finished 2 books. That's right, I finished my audiobook for Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, and I finished the book that I've been working on for like, I don't know, since the summer. The Last Hero by Lyndon A. Lewis. It's a rainy evening. I've been reading. I settled in and pretty easily finished up these books. So I did a few chores while listening to the end of Iron Flame and am processing. There's a lot that happened. So I feel strongly that I'm going to buy myself copies of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I would love to reread these 2 books before the 3rd book comes out December of next year in 2024. There's probably a lot that I missed. I won't lie to you. The magic system and the reveals with the true villain and who's really behind it probably could be a lot deeper and nodded to earlier in the story, and I feel like it'd be fun to do a reread. I also adore Xaden and Violet and their relationship and how it developed. I think I liked Iron Flame better than Fourth Wing. I gave Fourth Wing 4 stars. I think I would give Iron Flame 5 stars. But I'm still processing, and if you don't already follow me on Goodreads, go to the link in my description and follow me on Goodreads so you can know if I ended up sticking with that 5-star or if it ended up being 4-star. But right now it's a 5. I'm still processing. The Last Hero, the conclusion to the First Sister trilogy, has really just like stunned me and captured my heart. I love these characters and I love this story. It was a hopeful ending. A lot of death and destruction happened, and a lot of harm came to innocent people, and the book is pretty brutal. When I say it's a happy ending, I mean it's a happy ending for like a war-torn sci-fi book. It's as happy as you're gonna get, I think. I do feel the stakes were appropriate, the consequences were appropriate, but there were certain characters who were just put through the ringer throughout the series that I do feel were respected and honored kind of in their conclusion and where their lives ended up. I would definitely say it's a 5-star read, even though I absolutely like took a little while to get into it. I think when I read The First Sister and the Second Rebel that those books were just so new to me as far as how good a sci-fi book can be and how intricate and like it's intricate, but it's also incredibly engaging and easy to understand, and you just get swept up into it. And I felt like I was kind of at the mercy of this and I wasn't really trying that hard. That's how I felt yesterday morning when I was reading these pages. I felt right back to where I was when I started the first sister and when I picked up the second rebel. Yeah, completely like at the mercy of Lewis's writing. Absolutely a 5-star series. Every single book in this series I'm giving 5 stars, and you do not understand how rare that is. So if you're even slightly interested in adult sci-fi, I can highly recommend this series. I mean, I could definitely see this book being in my top 10 of this year, absolutely. So my friends, that is it for this video. This vlog is a little different than the other two that I've put up around Thanksgiving, as you've seen, I've been home. And I just thank you so much for 3 years on Booktube. That's crazy. I've been putting videos up here for 3 years and it's been a blast. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy other bookish content like this, feel free to subscribe. I would really love to have you. And other than that, have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.